Okay, so I want you to get ready for a total disaster. Yeah, because we got 1 day left. Now here's what's going on. And over the past 3 or 4 months, I have seen, we've seen a lot of changes. I've been here every step of the way to fill you in or try to fill you in on what is going on and try to give you updates every single day. And I want to do that again today. Here's what I can tell you. According to reports, we have just 1 day left before we could experience total disaster. Those are not my words. Those are the words of White House officials. Here's what's going on. Tomorrow, on October 5th, 2022, we are going to get the results of a very important meeting between OPEC Plus. Now, the expectations are we're going to see them cut oil output significantly. And this is why the White House is doing all that they can to avoid a total disaster. We've heard that OPEC Plus is considering cutting output by 100,000 barrels per day. We've heard rumors such as it could be up to 400,000 barrels of oil per week. But most recently, let me show you this. We are now getting reports that OPEC Plus is considering cutting oil output by more than 1 million barrels per day. That is insane. 1 million barrels per day. Guess what? We went from gas prices up at $5.01 back on June 14th or 16th, middle of June. That's where we were at, $5.01 nationally. That was the national average for a gallon of gas. Currently, I'll show you this, we are at $3.80, okay, right here. So you can see when we were at the high, $5.01 back on June 14th. Now, why am I showing you this? I'm showing you this because all of this stuff happened when President Biden decided he was going to pull 1 million barrels of oil out of our strategic petroleum reserves. That was 1 million barrels per day. And it brought prices from $5.01 down to $3.80. Actually, it actually went even lower than that. It was like at $3.60 something. So it brought it down at almost $1.50 per gallon. That's pretty good. Now, if OPEC Plus is going to cut oil output by more than 1 million barrels per day, now I'm not saying we're going to go right back up to $5.01 nationally, but we're going to get very close. We are going to get close. And the whole purpose behind this is actually pretty simple, is to bring the price of oil back up. The price of oil per barrel back up. I believe currently it's like $86 or something like that as of today. But it has been under $90 a barrel for quite some time. And the goal is to get it up over $100 per barrel. That's what they're trying to do. Now, the U.S. has come out and said that if OPEC Plus decides to not cut their output, then the United States will purchase OPEC's oil in order to replenish our strategic petroleum reserve. Now, this is, according to reports, and again, a lot of these statements are going to come out tomorrow, but a lot of these are just leaks as of right now. But this hasn't done much to persuade OPEC to not consider cutting output. And that's the problem. But according to the Treasury, there actually is a U.S. proposal on the table that if OPEC Plus decides against cutting oil, that the U.S. will actually buy back up to 200 million barrels of oil for our strategic petroleum reserve. Now, I don't know exactly what this means for places like Canada, which we were going to purchase. I believe it was going to be like 60 million barrels of oil from Canada directly. So I don't know what's going to happen there, if that is going to still be a deal that's going to be done, or if this would replace that one. Again, we have a lot of issues here. But here's the problem. If oil output is cut, gas prices are going to soar. We know this is going to happen. We're going to see gas prices go from our current amount of $3.80 as of today, and who knows where they're going to go. That's the national average. But here's what the White House is worried about. And according to reports, The White House, let me see if I can pull this up. The White House is, well, they're frantic for one, but they're having a spasm and panicking, according to a U.S. official. Okay, show you this right here. The White House is having a spasm and panicking, according to another U.S. official. That's what they said. Now, I don't know how much the White House is panicking. I know Democrats are extremely worried, because here's what's going to happen. We're going to see the American voters get upset that the Biden administration couldn't keep their promise. They couldn't keep prices down, and now they're paying more money. Good news out of Florida, though. Florida actually has a state gas tax holiday that started on October 1st. So in Florida, prices are a little bit cheaper. Even though they went up a little bit during Hurricane Ian, they've actually come down now. So good news there. But here's the problem. We are, according to reports, according to multiple experts, if gas prices go back up, this was the one thing, the one promise that the Biden administration Democrats were able to actually fulfill. That they brought prices down for the American consumer, the American people, for drivers, right? For businesses. Well, if prices go back up for the gallon of gas, the American voter is not going to vote for Democrats in this upcoming midterm election. And Democrats will get hammered. Right now, the last report that I read is Democrats are likely to win the House, but the Senate is what's currently up for grabs. The Senate is the one that everyone's worried about. So we're going to see what happens there. But the one promise that I made people, I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates. This is the latest thing that the American people need to worry about, is because this, according to the White House, will be a total disaster if we see OPEC Plus cut oil output by more than 1 million barrels of oil per day. Now, this is going to impact us in the United States. It's going to impact Canada. It's going to impact Europe. It's going to impact every single country out there. Every single one. Now, here's one thing I can say with absolute certainty. We are going to see the fight over oil. We're going to see the fight over gas prices. Republicans are going to come out and they're going to say, and again, I'm not trying to bash anybody here, but this is what's going to happen. Republicans are going to come out and say the Biden administration couldn't handle it. That's why we have to vote for Republicans. Democrats are going to come out and say, no, the reason why oil prices are so high, and they're going to give so many different scenarios and reasons and excuses, but they're going to blame it on Republicans, or they're going to push it over to Russia, right? It's not going to be Democrats' fault. But again, it's going to go back and forth. We have over a month before the midterm election. And I told you this, wait until about 30 days before, and we're going to see politicians just go back and forth over, no, you are the one that caused this problem. And the other one's, no, you caused this problem. It wasn't us, it was you. So again, we got 1 day remaining, just 1 day left before we have an answer as to what OPEC Plus is considering doing. Are they going to cut oil output by 100,000 barrels a day, 400,000 barrels a day, 1 million, or maybe even more? According to expectations, it will be more than 1 million barrels of oil per day. So as soon as you got more information as what's going on there, I promise I'll come back on. I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.